Is it possible to generate enough income from an online business to walk away from that 9-to-5 job? And the answer is absolutely. People are doing it every single day. But what would it take for you to feel like you could leave that job where you're miserable, but where you're also receiving a pretty steady income? And the answer is that only you can answer that. And I just want to share with you my personal experience, and hopefully that will be an encouragement to you if this is something you are thinking about. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And the first thing I want to say is this video is not intended to encourage anyone to walk away from their job. That's not what this is about. This is just my personal experience. I'm going to be a little bit more personal today and share some things with you that have brought me to where I am today. And this video was prompted by an experience I had a few weeks ago where I had this revelation and I was like, wow. And it gave me a new perspective on things. And I'm going to share that with you, but I want to give you a little background because I don't want you to think that I was this brave person full of faith who was like, I'm going to leave this job because I know I can generate enough income online to support myself. Not how it happened at all. 2 years ago, on May 15th, 2020, my granddaughter was born prematurely as a result of a car accident. She was 33 weeks and she was, of course, low birth weight and all those other things that go along with being premature. She had some other things that she had to deal with, and one of the things was she had a level 4 brain bleed on the right side of her brain and a level 2 on the left side. And so she has special needs. I just want to say at the beginning it was not good. They gave us a pretty dim prognosis, but she is doing beautifully. So I'll just go and let you know that she's just doing fabulous beyond what we had thought she might do. But because of circumstances, I ended up getting custody of her and her sister. And they are currently 2 years old and 4 years old. And so in the beginning, several family members, we all tried to work together to help raise these girls because Emma needed a lot of care. And so my son and his wife and my daughter and her husband all chipped in, and we all tried to work together to raise these girls. But some things, all kinds of things going on, and we just felt like, the girls didn't have enough stability, and so they ended up coming back to me. And in February of 2021, I resigned my teaching position. Emma had therapy 2 times a week. She had doctor's appointments all the time. It was a full-time job taking care of her, and I just felt like it was something I needed to do. It wasn't brave, it wasn't sacrificial, it was my granddaughter, and it was just what I had to do. And at the time, I was still working with VIP Kid, and I thought, well, I've got that to rely on, so I'm even less brave than you think. But then, as a lot of you know, the Chinese government said, nope, no more. We're not going to let foreign teachers teach our students. And so I had no income. And so that is why I walked away from my teaching position. It wasn't because of all the things going on in teaching, which, believe me, I was already thinking about it, or because I had this great online position, or because I had all this faith in myself. It was because my grandchildren needed me, and it was just what I felt like I needed to do. So, bringing you up to this experience I had a few weeks ago, I was sitting out on my deck, and it was, while most everybody was still in school, it was like the time after lunch. If I was still in the classroom, it'd been right after lunch, and oh gosh, if you've taught, you know that time after lunch is just the pits. It's just the worst. And so I was sitting on my patio, and I was either listening to a podcast or a book on, book on tape or something, whatever, and something about my business. I was working on my business. The girls were running around the yard playing, and I was just sitting here enjoying this, and it hit me. I'm not waiting to live the entrepreneur life. I am living the entrepreneur life right now. It's not about the money, it's about the life. And I was like, and I just, a whole new attitude towards where I was at this time, because I'm not going to lie, sometimes I get really frustrated because my financial situation is horrible right now, but God is supplied. I wish sometimes he would supply a little quicker than he does, but he always supplies on time, so that's I'm good with that. But it just hit me. I am enjoying life so much more than people who make a lot more money than I do, and I was suddenly so content. You know, a few weeks before, we had gone to the beach with my family, and I mean, there was a lot of us. If you don't know, I have 10 children, 11 grandchildren, another one on the way, and a lot of us went to Destin. We got 3 houses, and we were there for 5 days. My mom and my sister and her daughter and husband and their child came, and there was just a lot of us, and we were there for 5 days. I did not have to get a sub. I didn't have to get permission to go. I didn't have to worry about taking sick leave or personal days or anything like that. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to worry about what I was going to come back to when I got back to the classroom. I didn't have to be miserable the last night thinking, oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. I mean, I was dreading coming back. I wasn't dreading coming back. I was dreading leaving that place, but I was coming back to just pick up where I left off, and it was just amazing. I was just totally overwhelmed with such a sense of gratitude for where I was. The only thing missing in my life is finances. Everything else is amazing, and that's because I am living the entrepreneur life. I am working a lot. I work on my business a lot, but I work on my business while my girls are in the next room napping. I work on my business while they're playing in the yard. I work on my business when I'm sitting out playing with them. And I'm in control of my business. My business is not in control of me. So I just wanted to share this because, again, I want to remind you that the entrepreneur life is not about money. It's about the life. Now, I know that people say, and they're right, they are totally correct. When you talk about replacing your income, you have to think about taxes and Social Security and insurance and all those things. 100%. I agree. You have to think about those things. However, you also have to think about what you're not paying. You're not paying childcare. Gas is so expensive right now, I don't go anywhere. Emma has therapy 5 minutes down the road. Okay, we go back and forth to her papa's. We go to her therapy, and that's it. I don't have to spend a lot of money on gas. I cook at home. I don't have to buy extra food. I don't have to buy extra clothing. And I don't feel like I have to go places. And when I had money, I spent it on a lot of things I really didn't need to be spending it on, but it was just kind of make myself feel better because I was so burnt out from my job. I wanted to go to the movies all the time. I wanted to go out to eat. I felt like I deserved this. I deserved that. I deserved to buy this. I deserved to buy this. I deserved to go out to eat and do all these things. And now I don't care. I don't care about going out to eat. I don't care about spending money on clothes and all these things. I'm just content to spend time with my family. So I'm just kind of putting a different perspective on this, and I don't know if anybody is even interested, but it was just something I wanted to share from my heart, and just to encourage you, if you're to that point and you and maybe your family members have discussed the possibility and you're a little bit afraid, just remember there's a lot of things that you're not going to need and you're not going to do, especially childcare. I mean, if you're having to pay childcare, you're not going to have to pay childcare. That's big. If you're not going to have to spend, my commute at one time it took me 50 minutes to go one way to my job and 50 minutes to come back. That was a lot of gas, okay? There's just all kinds of things that you don't have to deal with when you are working from home. And again, these are decisions that you have to make, and I just wanted to share from my perspective and give you a little bit of encouragement, and honestly, just to publicly be grateful to God. I am so grateful for where I am now. My financial situation is horrible, but my life is amazing. So just wanted to share that, and I just want you to remember that you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.